This conference will now be recorded.
Are you able to see my screen, guys? Yes or no? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. So today we are going to discuss about TestNG. So TestNG will take almost 4 days because it's a huge topic and we have so many annotations and sessions are there, screenshots are there. So it's a huge topic. So we need to integrate our TestNG.xml files to Maven. So it's a huge topic. And today we are going to start TestNG. What is TestNG? What are the annotations are there in TestNG? How to create TestNG class and how to generate reports using TestNG. So first of all, what is TestNG? Annotations in TestNG. How to create a TestNG class, and the final one is TestNG report. So we'll see only these things today. And tomorrow there are so many topics. Yes, we'll discuss one by one. First of all, what is TestNG? So is it a tool or is it a is it another language? First of all, what is TestNG? TestNG is a framework. So in Java, we have a framework called collections, right? Same like that in Selenium. So in Selenium, we have a framework called TestNG. So TestNG, it is a third-party tool. So it is a third-party tool. We need to integrate TestNG to our project, and later on we can use a TestNG. So later on we can use this particular TestNG. So TestNG is a unit testing framework which is used to create separate test methods for each and every test step in our test case. So I think everybody is aware of test case and user story test step, right? So in a test case, we have so many test steps. Each and every line is a test step. We'll create a separate test methods for each and every functionality. For each and every functionality, I'll show you that one. So I'll show you that one. So first of all, what is TestNG? TestNG is a unit testing framework. It is a unit testing framework which is used to create a separate methods to each and every test step in a test case. To create a separate methods to each and every test step in our user story or test case. My user story or test case in a normal format. In a normal form, we can call it as a test case. But if you are using Agile methodology, so if you are following Agile methodology, then we need to call a test case as a user story. Test case as a user story and scenario as a. I think you most of all you know that, right? So TestNG is used to create a separate test methods, test methods to each and every test step in a test case. For example, my test case is navigate to Orange HRM and log in using username and password and click on login button, and later on click on admin. For example, admin is my button, is any of the button in the page. So click on the admin and later on verify some other. For example, let me show you manually. So here Orange HRM. So first of all, log in to Orange HRM. So how to log in? We need to provide the username and password. So click on the login. So after clicking on the login button, so first of all here I'm verifying whether I have admin tab or not. If I have admin, I need to click on the admin. Later on I need to verify add button is there or not. So this is my functionality. So here first step is login to Orange HRM. Later on enter username and password. Later on click on login button. Later on verify admin tab, and later on verify add button. So these are the 5 steps in my test case content. So now I am going to create a TestNG class to handle these 5 steps. So you can create each and every, you can create separate methods to each and every test step in our test case. So if you want to create like that, we should use TestNG. We should use TestNG framework. So here TestNG is a framework which is used to create a separate methods to each and every step in our user story. So TestNG will only support Java. So TestNG will only support Java, guys. It will support Java only. It will support Java only. And same like this, we have NUnit. My NUnit will support a C#, guys. So we'll support C#. So here, so I'm giving some different frameworks that we have in the current market. So NUnit framework supports C#. My NUnit is also same like a TestNG. TestNG will support Java and NUnit will support C#. Yes, NUnit will support C#. And here before going into the annotations and before going to how to create TestNG class, let me show you the advantages of TestNG. So let me tell you the advantages. Why TestNG is popular nowadays? So 200% TestNG will use in our real-time framework. If you are using Selenium and Java, not Cucumber and not C#, nothing much. So if your company is following a Selenium and Java, is using Selenium and Java to create automation scripts, they must follow TestNG because it is the only framework that we have. And what is the advantage of TestNG? So without a public static void main, we can create our .java class. We can create .java class. So we can create a .java class without using public static void main. And the next point is we have annotations here, guys. I'll explain all the annotations. We have annotations here, and with the help of annotations, you can execute your test method as your wish. For example, you have 10 test methods. You want to execute only 2 methods, you can execute that one. You want to execute all the 10 methods, you can execute. If you want to execute a third method first and second method last, at that also, I mean that hierarchy also you can follow. So here the TestNG will provide more space to the user. You can automate your test cases. You can automate your test scripts based on the user. So based on the functionality and based on the user wish. So you can create a TestNG classes and you can execute TestNG methods. So as per the user requirement. So with the help of this, you can create methods as user wish. So as user wish. And the next point is here, TestNG automatically creates report. Automatically create a report. So what is a report? Reports means how many methods you have executed, how many test methods, and remember this point, how many test methods you have executed. It will show how many methods you have executed, how much time it will take, what are the test methods, and which method which belongs to which class. Each and everything it will show you in the reports, guys. It will automatically create reports, but in real time will not use TestNG reports. We'll use extend reports. I will also show you that one in the coming classes. So TestNG reports is only for your knowledge purpose, guys, but in real time will not use TestNG reports, because if you want to see the clear report, you should see more than one report. So if you want to verify a clear report, you should see more than one report and you should compare all these reports. But in extend reports, we don't need to see more than one report. My extend report, it is a single report. It will create everything in a single report format. How many test cases executed, what is the time and which laptop, who executed, how many got passed, how many got failed, which date you have executed. Each and everything it will show you in a single report. That is the reason in real time. So we'll use extend reports. So the advantages is without public static void main, we can create .java classes, and with the help of annotations, you can create test methods as user wish. And TestNG contains reports. It's automatically generate reports, guys. It's automatically generate reports. And one thing is, so here it will support Maven. It will support normal Java projects as well as as well as Maven projects, guys. So here it will support both normal projects as well as Maven projects. And the next important thing is you can do data driven testing. So you can do data driven testing. That means you can execute your test cases with multiple sets of data using a data providers annotation. So using the rate a data providers annotation, important interview question. So here you can do data driven testing. How to do data driven testing? With the help of data providers. These data providers annotation is there in the TestNG only. This data provider annotation is there in the TestNG framework only, guys. So it is very important point. You can do data driven testing using TestNG. So here, so you can execute your test cases based on priority, or you can execute your test cases depending on another test case. You can enable your test cases or you can disable your test cases. And apart from this, these are the main advantages of TestNG. So these are the main advantages. So without public static void main, we can create .java class, and we have annotations. With the help of this, you can create your test methods as you wish, and TestNG automatically create reports, and with the help of the reports you can see how many test cases got passed and how many got failed. And it will support normal Java projects as well as Maven projects, and we can do data driven testing using data providers annotation. I'll show you this one as well in our Wednesday class, guys, because we need to cover so many things before going to data providers. So this is nothing but what is testing, what is TestNG. So if you have any questions as of now, you can ask this. Any questions on what is TestNG? Yamuna, any questions? Yamuna, Sai?
No questions.
Cool. And the next thing is annotations. Definite interview question. Annotations, I'll show you the annotations in a hierarchy, guys, because this is a definite interview question. So you will get a question like this. So what is the hierarchy of TestNG annotation? So I'll show you the clear hierarchy, and remember these annotations, guys. Remember these annotations. Yes. So here we have a 9 annotations, and remember this annotation, guys. First one is a before suit. First one is before suit. The next one is a before test. This is the hierarchy, guys. You should remember the hierarchy. And the next one is before class. Next one is a before method. Next one is a test. So here, let me add exact. So at the rate before suit, at the rate before test, at the rate before class, at the rate before method, at the rate test method, and the sixth one is at the rate after test. So at the rate after, at the rate after a method, at the rate after class. So at the rate after test, and the final one is at the rate after suit. At the rate after suit. So this is the hierarchy, guys. So hierarchy means, so if your .java class contains these methods and it will execute before suit first, later on before test, later on before class, later on before method, later on test method, and after method, after class, after test, after suit. So this is the hierarchy. But in real time, so here in real time, so only few annotations will use. Most of the times in my current project, we are only using before suit, before method, at the rate test, and after method. But I'm not sure about other companies because it's purely company standards, guys. It's purely company standards, but these annotations is an interview question. So before suit, before test, before class, before method, at the rate test method, at the rate after method, at the rate after, at the rate after test, at the rate after suit. And another interview question. For example, I have two at the rate test methods or more than one at the rate test method in my .java class. At the time, how it will execute, how at the time, what is the flow of the execution. See, if your, let me, yeah, so if your .java class contains more than one test method, means more than one test method at the time, before method will execute, at the rate test, again at the rate after method, again at the rate before method, again at the rate test, again at the rate after method, again at the rate after method. Like this it will execute, guys. So like this it will execute. So here, first of all, at the rate before suit will execute. Later on, at the rate before test will execute. Later on, at the rate before class. So later on, at the rate before method. Later on, at the rate test method. And later on, at the rate after method. Again, at the rate before method will execute. Then second at the rate test method. And again at the rate after method will execute, again after class, again after test, and again after. So these two are definite interview questions, guys. These two are definite interview questions. Let me, yes. Are you able to see, guys? If your .java class contains more than one test method, so before executing the test method, before method will execute, after executing the test method, after method will execute. So this is the hierarchy. So here these are the annotations, guys. Normally in the before suit, so in my current company, we are launching the browser using before suit. In the before method, so we are using a maximize method. Later on we are using the timeouts. The timeouts is there, no? So we are adding the timeouts and we are adding the maximize methods in the before methods. Okay, so in the before methods, and normal test methods means, so here you can provide the login, you can provide the username, you can provide the click method. So those things, so you can add in the test methods. Those things you can add in the test methods. I'll show you that one. So I'll show you that one. So if you have any questions as of now, you can ask on the annotations, guys. Okay, cool. Now it is very important. So now how to create a TestNG class? How to create TestNG class? So here, if you want to create TestNG class, you should add the dependency in the form.xml, and later on you need to install TestNG from Eclipse Marketplace. Otherwise, you can't create TestNG classes. So you can't create TestNG classes, and you can't able to see the annotations. You can't able to see the annotations more. So I have added the dependency and I have downloaded, I have installed the TestNG. Now I'm going to create one package. So now I'm going to create a package called a TestNG. So here, so TestNG. So here it is my TestNG package. Now I am going to create one sample class. So my sample class name is, so here log into Orange HRM. So log into Orange HRM. This is my class name. So here I'm not using any public static void main. Observe carefully, I'm not using any public static void main. I'm going to cover another interview question on this code. So observe carefully. So here log into Orange HRM. If you want to log in, what should we need more? So we need before suit, right? So we need to launch the URL, right? We need to launch the URL. So here I'm going to create one before suit method. See here in the before suit method. So just a second, guys. Let me build the project and let me refresh. Yes. Are you able to see before suit, before test, before method all belongs to TestNG? Are you able to see, guys?
Yes.
So here, sometimes if you are unable to see the annotations at a time, what you need to do, just go to project and click on build project. What it will do, it will download each and everything using a backend. So in the backend, it will download all the dependencies, guys. If you click on now, so project build project. So in the project build project is there. Just click on the build project. It will build each and everything from the backend. So here I'm going to use before suit, guys. Before suit, the first one. Before suit is the top hierarchy. This is the first thing. So it will execute firstly once you execute our code, guys. So this is the before suit. So now I am going to create a method. So public void launch URL. So public void launch URL. So in this launch URL, see here in this launch URL, just I am going to launch the browser. So launch browser, not URL, launch browser. At the rate before suit launch browser. And let me add system.out.println, guys. Just I want to show you how it is executing, which method is executing first and which method is executing last. So launch browser method. So or otherwise at the rate a before suit. So at the rate a before suit method. So now I am going to create after suit. So I am going to create after suit, guys. And in the after suit, I'm going to close my browser, guys. I'm going to close my browser. So close browser. So here I'm going to use driver.quit. In real time, most probably will not use close, guys. We'll only use, so we'll only use only. So here let me initialize a driver object in the class level, not in the method level, guys. Before, because if you initialize anything in the method level, so the scope of the particular variable is within the method only, right? We have already discussed the same in our local variable class, right? So here I have created my web driver in the class level, so I can use the web driver in the entire class level. In the entire class level, now I'm going to use a quit method here, guys. So now I'm going to use a quit method here. See, so here quit method. Let me close this one. Let me delete this one and let me copy. Control Z, copy this one and let me add here. So at the rate after suit. This is only for your reference, guys, but in real time, so don't expect system.out.println, because in real time SYSO will not use in real time. It will not use in the real time. So now I am going to use at the rate of before class. In the before class, so what I'm going to use, I'm going to launch my URL. So in the launch browser, so I'm going to launch the browser only, but in the before class, I'll launch my URL, guys. So launch a URL. So in this launch URL, I'm going to copy this one, Control X. So I'll paste here, and later on, I'm copying this one and I'm pasting here. I have before class. Control A, Control V. See here, guys, I have three methods, right? So I have three methods. These are not the test methods. Test methods means a method should create with exact test annotation only. So these are not the test methods, guys. These are the normal methods. These are the normal annotations. So now I am going to use a before method. In the before method, so I'm going to provide some time, guys. So my time is so wait a method. So this is my wait. So wait method. So I'm going to use wait here. So driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait. I'm going to use here. So duration class we need to add. So duration class. So we need to. I have added the duration class like implicitly wait here. See here, I only used before suit, before class, before method, after suit, right? So there is no need to add all the annotations in a class, guys. What are the annotations you require, and just to use those particular annotations only. So here, TestNG, there is no restrictions in TestNG, and there is no limitations, and TestNG will not ask the user to add each and every annotation. So what are the annotations you require? So if what are the annotations you need execute your particular user story, those annotations you can use, guys. Those annotations so you can use, and see here. How many methods we have as of now, ma? These are not the test methods, guys. These are the normal common methods. These are the common methods, ma. So these are the common methods. It will execute. So it will execute. So these are the common methods. As of now, we haven't used any @test methods. Are you able to see TestNG here under run as, ma? If I mouse over to run as, are you able to see @TestNG test here? No, right? Are you able to see any TestNG here, ma? In run as tab? No, because as of now we have only added the particular, as of now, so we have only added the respective methods, but here now we are going to add the test methods. So here, and I want to share something about these annotations, guys. So here, first in the first like once you log in, once you open the particular .java class, so here I have added the before suit method first, right? So if you want, you can add the before suit method in the third position as well. So here, so you can add these annotations as your wish, but in the execution, so before suit method will execute first, later on before class, later on before method, later on @test method, later on after suit method, it will execute like that. So now I'm going to add test methods case. What is the test method? Test method is nothing but our test case, our user story. So now I am going to create test methods. @test methods. These are main. So our TestNG, each and every .java class should contain at least one @test methods. Otherwise, you can't execute .java class. Otherwise, you can't execute .java class. So public void enter username. So enter username. So now I am going to verify a driver dot find element by .xpath. I'm going to use xpath only, guys. So later on send keys. So here the username is admin, right? So here the username is admin. So let me close this one. Log out. Let me inspect this one. For each and every .java class, at least one @test method it should contains. Otherwise, we can't execute .java class, guys. It is mandatory. And now I'm going to create xpath input @name equal to username. So here I'm able to find out the username, guys. So I'm adding the username here. So I'm adding the username here. And I'm going to create another test method to enter password. To enter password. So what is the password, guys? Admin123, right? So here admin123. See, what is the password here? Admin123. So now I'm going to inspect this one. So name is password. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So password, I'm going to use password here. And the next one is login, right? A quick login. So here I have three test methods. So how many test methods I have? Three test methods. One is for enter username, one is for password, and one is for a click login. One is for a click login. Now I'm going to inspect a login, guys. Okay, I'm going to use a type. So button @type equal to submit. So here it is my login button. So I'm going to use this one. Fine. Now I'm going to click this one. Let me add these points here. Control Z, Control C, and let me add this point here. So before, so here let me copy enter username method, enter password method, and this is the quick login, and this is a quick login method. Then now let me show you, guys. Let me show you. Are you able to see TestNG test now? Are you able to see TestNG test under runners?
Yeah.
Because we have added the @test methods, guys. So without @test methods, we can't able to see TestNG. See, are you able to see TestNG here? Let me save and let me show you. Are you able to see TestNG test now? Are you able to see or not? Because we have added the TestNG, right? Let me delete. Let me control X and control S. It is showing error somewhere. Might be showing error in which line? Let me build a project. So are you able to see TestNG, guys? So because we have added the TestNG method, so now I have deleted this that one and I'm going to add again. So now I'm going to add again. Now I'm going to execute this one. Observe carefully, guys. Now I'm going to execute this one. I have commented the test methods. Observe carefully. I have commented the @test methods. Just I'm launching the browser and I want to show you how many test methods got passed and how many test methods got failed, because it will show 0 test methods. It will show you the 0 test methods in the output. I'll show you that one. Are you able to see any test methods here, no? What is the problem here in the console? What is this one? Let me show you. Are you able to see more? Did our browser even, are you able to see a browser on our screen? Is it starting any browser? No, right? Are you able to see anything more? See here, test runs 0, failure 0, skip 0, because we haven't executed any @test methods, guys. Any any @testng method. So if you execute a testng methods, then only it will show you the result in the console. It will show you the result in the console. And let me add debugger points and let me show you guys which method it will execute first, which method it will execute last. And here I'm going to show you another interview question. So I'm going to show you another interview question. So debug as Java application, debug as TestNG application. Observe carefully, guys. Observe carefully. Are you able to see, guys, which method it is executing first, before suit method or before class method? Which method we are in? Before suit only, right? Are you able to see my screen? Yes, before suit. So now after before suit, which method it is executing? Wait, it will launch the browser. After before suit, which method it is executing? A launch URL, means before class method. So later on, so it is launching the URL, and later on it went to a before method. See here, it went to before method. Observe carefully, it went to before method. Later on it went to, see here, click login method. So why it is moving to click login method? Let me change the HRM here, guys. Okay. See here, why it is moving to click login, why it is not moving to enter username or enter password. So without providing the enter username, enter password, if you click on click login, so will it will it log in? No, right? It will display error message like username and password. So it required username and password, right? Let me debug and let me show you again. So carefully. First of all, before suit, later on before class, later on before method, like that it will execute. Observe, guys. See here now. So later on before class, we are in before class, so it is executing. So later on a before method, later on before. Are you able to see, guys? So test is run 3. So but see here, guys. So click login, enter username, enter password. Let me show you in the debug mode. Enter username, enter password, and click login. Debug as Java application. Observe carefully, guys. So first of all, it will go to click login method. It will click the login button first of all. So observe carefully. And let me put debugger pointer on the before method. Before method, yes. Before method. Yeah. Observe, guys, we are in click login. So we are in click login. First of all, we have clicked on login. Are you able to see, ma? We clicked on login. That is the reason username required, password required. Are you able to see the particular error messages, ma? Username required error messages below to username text box and below to password text box. Are you able to see, guys?
Yeah, see.
Because so here we have clicked on login button first before providing the enter username and password. So what is the reason behind this? The reason is, so here if we have more than one test method in our .java class, in the execution, if you won't provide any priority, it will execute the methods based on alphabetical order. So here C will come first, right? That is the reason it went to a click login, because we haven't provided any priority. If you have more than one test method in our .java class, we should add a priority attribute. Priority attribute, which method it should execute first and which method it should execute next, which method it will execute after. So each and everything we should provide using priority attribute. It is an interview question. So if you won't provide any priority, it will execute the @test methods in a alphabetical order. So let me terminate and let me show you now, guys. See, observe, guys, we are in before method and later on. So which method we are in now, guys? We are in again before. Let me add debugger pointer. Yes. So which method we are in now, guys? Enter password. So I'm providing the password. And later on, so we move to before method again. Later on, we move to @click. Are you able to see, ma? First of all, username it will provide, and later on password it will provide, and later on a click login method it will launch. It will launch. See here, guys, enter username, enter password, click login. So all the three methods, we have executed the three methods. Each and every method is working fine. Each and every method is executing fine. Are you able to see, ma? Total test 3, passed 3, failed 3, I mean failed 0 and skipped 0. See here, it will see before suit, @before class, @before method, enter username, @before method, enter password, @before method, click login. So later on, finally, after closing the browser, it is showing after suit. So this is the hierarchy. It will execute based on the hierarchy only, guys. It will execute based on the hierarchy only. If your .java class contains more than one test method, at the time we should provide the priority. Otherwise, it will execute the test methods in the form of alphabetical order. And if your test case, if your .java class contains more than one test method, first of all before method, later on @test, later on @after, again before method, @test method, @after method, again before method, @test method, @after method. It will execute like that. It will execute like that. So we have more options as well. Tomorrow I'll show you more options. Without priority also, you can execute your test cases, so in a certain format, like after this. So first of all, this method should execute, later on this method, later on this method. Without giving priority also, we can execute a test methods in a format, in a hierarchical format. I'll show you that one in our tomorrow's class, because in our tomorrow's class I'm going to show you a parallel execution, a cross browser testing, and TestNG attributes. So today we have discussed about annotations. Tomorrow attributes I will show you. So if you have any doubts as of now in the test methods, so in the priority or in the test creation, so you can ask this.
Why we are using before shoot, after shoot?
Before suit, after suit. So if you want, you can use, otherwise you can create only one @test method and put everything in the test method and you can execute. So these are the ways we have. Understand, Sai?
Okay.
These are the ways. So if you want, you can use otherwise. So you can remove and add everything like driver.get elements, so driver. Like waits, timeouts, so launch browser, everything you can add in the one test method at the rate test method, and you can execute that one. Understand? But in the real time, so we are using only before suit and at the rate test methods. We are not using any before method before class. In the before suit, we are launching the browser as well as the URL we are launching, and later on we are adding everything to the test methods and we are verifying that. And now let me show you the reports. Are you able to see any test output folder here as of now in the Maven project? Test output folder. Are you able to see any? No, right? Let me refresh. Are you able to see test output folder now? Right? And let me open and let me show you the reports. So show in System Explorer. Are you able to see, guys, test output? So I have opened the test output. This is the main report. So if I click on emailable report, observe carefully, guys. See here, it will load a page, not a page, it's a web report. Are you able to see? Test, default test, passed how many? 3 methods. So time 36,864 some milliseconds. Click login is the method, enter password is the method, enter username is the method. These all belongs to TestNG folder, login to Orange HRM class, right? See here, a TestNG folder, see TestNG folder, login to Orange HRM class, and in that class click login. See, if I click on click login, see here, it will directly navigate me to the certain method. See, enter password, enter username. So these are the enter password and enter username. How many test cases you have executed? So as of now we have only executed one test case, right? So that is the reason this is one test case, and the 3 methods we have executed as of now, and this much time it is taking. So this is the time, and here some 16762976, so different things it contains. Let me show you another report. See, another report is default. See here, let me open the default suite and let me open the default. So are you able to see? 3 test cases got passed. Monday, February 13, 7:44:18 Indian Standard Time 2023. So it is taking 36 seconds to execute this particular method. See, login to Orange HRM, click login, enter password, enter username. Are you able to see, guys? So we need to see more than one report to verify each and everything in detail. See, in our previous report, in our TestNG previous report, are you able to see any time and date? I mean, any date here, when do you executed? When did you execute it? So are you able to see any date here? No, but here in the default test, we can able to see the date and month, year, each and everything. Let me show you another report as well, This is the index report. Are you able to see the index, See here, this index report will show you. See, this is a XML file, .xml file. So from past 2 days onwards, we are discussing about the testng.xml files, right? So what is testng? How to convert testng.xml files? So by default in the reports, it will convert testng custom files.xml, but here don't use these particular testng.xml files into your code. If you want to create testng.xml files, you can create by yourself. Simple. It's a simple way, guys. Go to your .java class. Later on, right click to your .java class, go to TestNG and click on convert to TestNG. Click on convert to TestNG. So here, if you want, use the same name or otherwise. So here, so I'm using first class. So first class.xml. Just click on finish, guys. Later on, click on finish. See, it will automatically create firstng.xml file. If you open this one, are you able to see, guys? XML suite, test classes, class. See here also XML suite, test classes, class, everything. So here it is the web generated .xml, but in real time we need to create this testng like .xml files using .java. So here the first of all suite, later on test, later on classes, later on class, again classes, again test, again suite. So like this way we need to convert our .java to .xml file. So if you want, you can execute using .java, or otherwise you can execute these .xml files. Right click, run as, go to TestNG. So you can execute our classes either by using .java or either by using .xml files. Two ways we can follow, and tomorrow I'll show you a Maven way as well. So how to add TestNG.xml files to Maven and how to execute that one. So totally we have 3 ways to verify our application in local. So first one is .java, next one is .xml, and the next one is pom.xml. Using pom.xml also we can execute. I'll show you that one tomorrow. But now I'm going to show you, observe guys, I'm going to show you cross browser testing, not a parallel execution guys, cross browser testing. For that one I'm copying the same, so I'm pasting here. So now I'm going to use Edge. I'm going to use Edge browser. So here instead of Chrome browser, I'm going to use Edge browser. So Edge browser, I'll show you the cross browser testing guys. Cross browser testing. So let me copy the same and let me paste it here. Orange HRM Edge browser. So Orange HRM Edge browser. So here now I'm going to execute 2 test cases. This is not parallel testing guys. Cross browser testing. Parallel testing is different. So here class name equal to testng.login to Orange HRM, login to Orange HRM Edge. So let me execute and let me show you. So after one class, the second class will execute guys. So it will launch the browser, but it will launch the browser at a time, but it will execute each and everything from one class, and later on only it will move to another class. See here, 2 browsers. See, first of all, Chrome browser, later on Edge browser. See here, it is launching the browser, everything, admin page, everything. So here, see, and later on it moved to Edge browser. Observe carefully, guys. So now it is launching the browser, launching the URL, admin and password, and later on it clicked on login. So this is cross browser testing. Cross browser testing means one after another. See, first of all, the first class will execute, later on second class will execute. Later on second class will execute. It is cross browser testing. Parallel testing means you should provide a parallel attribute here. Parallel equal to test. So what it will do, first of all, it will launch the browser, later on it will launch the browser. Later on first test method execute, later on first test method. Later on second test method, later on second test method. Later on third test method, later on third test method. Everything, every method will execute in a parallel mode, guys. So if you provide a parallel equal to test, that means you are doing parallel testing. If you are so in your .xml file there is no parallel attribute. Parallel attribute means it is a cross browser testing. You should remember this point. You should remember this point. So we have covered parallel testing and cross browser as well. Now I'm going to show you the parallel testing, and observe carefully, and let me add, do we add any maximizer here? No, right? So let me add a maximize. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize method in the before class. So let me copy and go to here. Yes, observe carefully, guys. Observe now carefully. So let me go to first class dot xml and let me run as TestNG test. You can execute more than one class at a time. You can do cross browser testing or parallel testing. Parallel testing means you should provide parallel equal to test. It is an interview question. See here, it is launching the browser, right? See, it is also launching the browser. Later on, see, it is launching the URL and it is maximizing, right? So it is also launching the browser. See, it is also launching the URL and maximizing. See, admin here. So later on here admin, and later on here login. Each and everything here a login. Each and every method will follow in a sequence. Parallel means sequence. The same method, same method. Let me show you here, guys. See, let me show you. Before suit, before class, and before method username. See, before method enter username. Before class, before method, before enter username again. Before method enter password, before method enter password, before method click login, before method click login. Every test method will execute in a sequence, in a parallel. Parallel means one after another. See here, parallel means the first class first method, second class first method, first class second method, second class second method, first class third method, second class, third method. Like that it will execute. Parallel means that one more. Cross browser means it will execute the first class, later on it will execute the second class. It will execute the first class first, later on it will execute the second class first. So if you have any questions as of now, you can ask this. And before that one, let me show you the output. So because we have executed two classes, right? Let me show you the output. Refresh. And let me show you the emailable report. Are you able to see, guys? Previously, we have executed login to Orange HRM, but we have executed two classes, Orange HRM as well as login to Orange HRM PH. Are you able to see, ma? Are you able to see or not?
I see.
Yes. So as of now, we have only covered 30, not 30 guys, 25% TestNG only, because we need to do again parallel testing. Again, we need to discuss about the attributes. Again, we need to discuss about the screenshots. Again, assertions. Again, integrate TestNG to Maven like pom.xml. So we have so many concepts, guys. So we'll discuss the remaining concepts, not remaining, few concepts tomorrow, and the remaining concepts in the Wednesday and Thursday class. So if you have any questions as of now, you can ask. I'll share you these reports as well. I'll share you these reports as well. Emailable report, index, and I'll share you the default report as well. Understand? TestNG is a huge topic now. And if you have more than 4 years of experience, you will get at least 4 to 5 questions on TestNG. Annotations one, parallel execution one, and tomorrow attributes one, and how to add testng.xml files to pom.xml. So you will face a lot of questions on TestNG. Practice as much as possible, then only you can gain more knowledge. Practice, and if you have any questions, and you can ask this. Understand? No? No, na? No, Yamuna? Cool. What about others? Mahendra is there? No. Yeah, Mahendra, do you have any questions?
Yeah, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Cool. TestNG file I have already shared in the drive, ma. So you can go through the drive and you can verify there. And today's class and pom.xml also I'm sharing again. Yes, pom.xml I'm sharing, and the class also I'm sharing. Student System Explorer. Yes, it is there in the drive. You can go through the drive and you can download. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask, guys. If Suresh is there? No? Okay, fine.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Any questions, guys? Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.